You're listening to The Standard Podcast. Eye-opening for your ears.
สวัสดีค่ะโบสาวิตรีนะคะ and welcome to We Need To Talk podcast special episode Best of 2017 ซีซั่นที่1ของเราก็จบไปแล้วนะคะเดือนสุดท้ายของปี 2017 พอดีทั้งหมด16เอพิโซดกับ guest celebrity ทั้ง16คนค่ะ EP นี้โบเลยคิดว่าจะรวบรวมความสนุกของทุกแขกรับเชิญมาให้ฟังกันแบบรวมฮิตแต่เอาจริงๆแล้วโบคนเดียวจำได้ไม่หมดหรอกค่ะอาจจะต้องขอตัวช่วยมานิดนึงนะคะวันนี้เราขอเชิญโปรดิวเซอร์ของรายการ We Need To Talk Podcast พี่บิ๊กภูมิชัยบุญสินสุขค่ะสวัสดีค่ะพี่บิ๊ก
สวัสดีครับโบ
วันนี้ช่วยโบหน่อยนะคะเป็นโบนัสเอพิโซดทั้งทีค่ะพี่บิ๊กมีไอเดียอะไรบ้างคะ
ไอเดียมีเยอะแยะมากเลยนะครับแต่ก่อนอื่นเนี่ยพี่ว่ารายการของเราเนี่ยจะไม่มีเกสได้ยังไงต่อให้มันเป็น Special EP ก็เถอะ
รู้ละเอางี้ไหมคะถ้างั้นพี่บิ๊กมาเป็นเกสให้โบดีกว่าเดี๋ยวโบจะสัมภาษณ์พี่บิ๊กเรื่องเบื้องหลังการทำรายการของเราให้คุณผู้ฟังได้ฟังกันดีไหม
ก็ไม่เลวแต่พี่มีไอเดียที่ดีกว่านั้นนะครับโบนั่นก็คือเอาอย่างนี้ต้องเท้าความนิดนึงปกติแล้วเนี่ยฟีดแบ็กที่พี่ได้มาเกี่ยวกับเรื่องรายการนอกจากคนจะชอบฟังเพราะว่าเป็นรายการทอล์กโชว์ที่พูดภาษาอังกฤษไม่ค่อยมีคนอื่นทำหรือว่าแกสเซเลบริตี้ของเราน่าสนใจแล้วหลายๆคนจะพูดถึงโฮสต์ด้วยคือหลายๆคนบอกว่าชอบโฮสต์มากคือชอบโบมากนะครับก็คือเป็นคนที่แบบเก่งมากเลยพูดภาษาอังกฤษเพราะพูดภาษาอังกฤษเก่งพี่ก็เลยคิดว่าเอางี้โบนั่นแหละมันเป็นเกส EP นี้แล้วเดี๋ยวพี่สัมภาษณ์โบเอง
เอางั้นเลยเหรอคะ
เอางั้นเลยครับ
ก็ได้นะ
ไม่อยากเหรอ
ได้ก็น่าฟังดูก็น่าสนุกดีค่ะ
ระวังตัวให้ดีนะครับ
พูดงี้จะแกล้งกันเหรอ
ไม่ใช่แกล้งแต่ว่าคืออย่างงี้พี่มีไอเดียว่าปกติแล้วโบจะเป็นคนถามคำถามใช่ไหมครับ
ค่ะ
ครับซึ่งในรายการของเราก็จะมีแบบช่วง this or that หรือว่าช่วงบอกว่า what's your take on หรืออะไรต่างๆหรือว่าช่วง what if ใช่ไหมครับก็เลยมาคิดว่าก็น่าจะสนุกดีถ้าเกิดโบได้เป็นคนตอบคำถามที่โบเคยถามชาวบ้านเข้ามาแล้ว
เฮ้ย
ดีไหม
ดีค่ะเพราะบางครั้งก็กล้าสิ
เชื่อว่าหลายๆครั้งขณะที่โบถามโบก็อาจจะแอบคิดคำตอบไว้ในใจเหมือนกัน
ใช่ค่ะ
แต่ว่าคุณผู้ฟังไม่เคยรู้ว่าโบคิดยังไงนะเพราะฉะนั้นเอางี้เลยดีกว่าครับเราให้โบเป็นเกสแล้วก็ให้โบตอบคำถามที่โบเคยถามคนอื่นมาแล้วอย่างที่บอก
ได้เลยค่ะ
แล้วก็อีกไอเดียหนึ่งครับพี่คิดว่า EP นี้อาจจะช่วยให้คุณผู้ฟังที่ยังไม่เคยฟังรายการพอดแคสต์ของเราเลยได้เห็นภาพครับว่ารายการของเราเป็นยังไงบ้างนะครับจาก16เอพิโซดที่ผ่านมาแบบรวมฮิตเลยครับ
เพราะว่านี้ก็ดีนะคะเพราะว่าเราสามารถดึงไฮไลท์เด็ดๆออกมาโชว์เคสได้อะไรอย่างงี้ไง
หรือว่าจัดอันดับก็ได้คือแขกคนไหนเมามันที่สุดคนไหนรั่วที่สุดคนไหนอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
หรือว่าเรื่องของใครเซอร์ไพรส์เราที่สุด
โค้ดเด็ดนี่ก็น่าจะเยอะเลยทีเดียวก็เรียกว่าเดี๋ยวคัดมาให้ฟังกันครับ
ได้ค่ะพี่ปิ๊กยังมีไอเดียอื่นๆอีกไหมคะ
พี่ว่าแค่นี้รายการเราก็2ชั่วโมงแล้วครับ
งั้นโอเคค่ะงั้นตอนนี้ได้เวลาเปลี่ยนโหมดเป็นภาษาอังกฤษกันแล้วพี่ปิ๊กคะ Would you do the honor
Ladies and gentlemen It would be my pleasure to introduce our guest for this episode of We Need To Talk podcast.She is the host of We Need To Talk podcast, but today she's on the other side of the fence in the different chair. And today we are going to witness just how awesome she is because today she's gonna be talking a lot. Let's meet her now. Well, you've already met her, so let's meet her again. โบสาวิตรีครับ Hello, Dumbo.
Hello.
Welcome to our show.
Yay.
Well, as a matter of fact, welcome to your show.
Our show.
Yeah, it's our show. Well, first of all, thank you so much for humoring me and agreeing to be the guest for a change.
Of course.
How does it feel?
It feels different, but I love it. I mean, I like to talk about myself.
Well,
just kidding.
Have you been interviewed in English on any show before?
Let me think.Probably. Actually, once, but.
พี่ลูกกอล์ฟป่ะ
Yeah, so twice. Okay. Yeah.
Right. What's the other one?
The other one was like this show by Channel 3, but I think it was broadcasted somewhere else too. It was via satellite, but it was to promote my single, so it wasn't in depth about myself.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But well, we have to tell the audience a little bit about how I discovered you I watched the show of Kulukov
Yes.
English Room.
Yes.
That's the first time I get to know you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can see that you've got potential because I've been thinking about doing this kind of show for so long. But honestly, I don't think I can make it on my own because I don't think I can host a show like you're doing right now because, well, I wasn't sure about myself and I don't think I'm ready yet, basically. And then I, discovered you on Lukov's show.
I should send him gifts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Next year, for sure.
You should thank him.
Yeah. And that's the first time I was like, oh, okay, I can totally see you hosting the show, the kind that I want to do.
Yeah, and thank you for seeing that in me because I wouldn't think that this opportunity would exist for me in Thailand and I'm so glad that I'm a part of this show. I love it. I love doing this and thank you.
But the thing is you have never done this kind of show before. Like this is your first time hosting the show like this.
Yes,
especially
even in Thai.
English too.
Yeah.
Even in Thai.
Yeah. Never. I haven't done like a talk show or an interview show that is over 15 minutes before.
Okay.
And especially in English, but I've never done it in Thai either.
Right. Wow. So that's a big step for you, like a huge start.
That's why when you first approached me about this show, because obviously we did
the other show before.
The other show together. And when you approached me and you said, okay, you're going to do this show by yourself. I have faith in you. I believe in you. I'm like, are you sure? Do you believe in me? Because I don't even know if I believe in myself. But thank you for believing in me and thinking that I could do it.
I think I could tell. Did see something in you when I see you on Lukov's show. Yeah, the way you talk and the way you use the language, the English language, and how natural you were on this show.
Thank
and
you.
we love that. Okay, so now being the host of the show, you get to ask a lot of questions, right? And now it's your turn to be the one who has to answer them. I'm going to ask you some of the exact questions that you have asked our guests before. Are you up for it?
Oh, of course.
Okay, I'll even have you draw the question from the jar.
I get to be Miss Universe today.
So the only difference is that we expect you to answer all of these questions in the jar, unlike our guests who get to pick only one. So
I get to do all.
Yeah. Okay.
So what's the point of me picking them out?
Just for you to see how it feels, I guess.
Since I have to answer them all anyways.
Yeah. Okay, your first question. When Ton Thanasit was here on the show, you asked him, was it a memorable year? What was the best and worst thing that happened to you that year, referring to the time in the U.S.?
It was, of course, it was one of the, I think it was the most memorable decade. But I feel like my decade here in Thailand was memorable also. But I think in the U.S. was where it shaped me to become who I am today. I mean, I practically sort of grew up there from preteen to adulthood. So that's where it's pretty crucial and where I get to explore myself the most. And I feel like it was memorable because it's where I get to learn about different cultures and getting to meet different people and being in the environment is very politically correct. And I think that sort of shaped who I am today. And being able to run around outside, walking everywhere with super great weather, and all my friends are there. And yeah, so I think it's a very memorable decade for me.
Were there any significant coming of age situations or moments for you?
Not particularly, but I don't know. I think I sort of grew up gradually, but I think when I find myself, oh my gosh, I'm an adult, is first year of college.
Yeah.
When I left my uncle's house to live in the dorm.
By yourself.
On campus. By
yes.
myself with a roommate whom I didn't know at all. And it was when I had to take care of myself. I had to do my own laundry. Well, back at my uncle's house, I did my own laundry. But I had to find food for myself, not necessarily cook because I had a meal plan still on campus. It comes with the dorm. And, you just have to manage your own time. There's no one to tell you like, this is your bedtime, go to bed at this time. You're in charge of your life for the first time. That was liberating and eye-opening at the same time. And that was my moment that, oh my gosh, I'm an adult.
Were you more nervous or excited? In the
excited.
Beginning. Yeah.
Oh, for sure excited. I was too excited. I think everybody starting first year of college in the US is like super excited because you're in a completely new environment with new people, meeting new people, and living in a new place. And everybody is excited to meet everybody else. So the first week of college was when you're the most excited because everyone is on like this hyper mode of like trying to meet as many people as you can because the first week is when you establish that connection and that friendship. But I was definitely excited. I was not nervous because I was like, I am so ready. Like back in high school, I'm like, I couldn't wait to go to college. I feel like the entire experience was the best thing that happened to me. Meeting really great friends and getting to experience things that not a lot of people get to was priceless to me. And to this day, I still appreciate everything that happened to me in life.
Okay, the second question. Well, you plan to be a mom one day, right? So let's time travel into the future.
Okay.
When Pinoy Pru came on the show, this is what you asked him. Your children could one day grow up and not meet your expectations in so many ways. But if you could wish for it, what would be the one thing you wish your kids will be or will do? And one thing you wish they won't be or will never do?
Okay. For the thing that I wish they would be or will do is to be themselves. To be completely themselves and not caring how other people will judge them. So that's the best thing I would hope for them is for them not to be afraid to be themselves. And what I wish they won't be or will never do is to do something just because other people are doing it. I think peer pressure is huge. And especially in today's society, kids are with their friends more than their home. So obviously, they're going to sort of sometimes lean towards their friends. But I wish for my kids to be able to think for themselves and to realize that sometimes what other people are doing, what a lot or the majority of people are doing, might not always be the right or the best thing.
Do you wish they would come to you and talk to you about just anything?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Anything? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I was with my parents.
Oh, I see.
I tell them everything. Like there's no secrets.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Why do you think you turned out like the way you are, like wanting to tell your parents about anything? Did they encourage you in some way or this is just the way you are?
I think that's just the way I am. They never actually had to say like, oh, you could talk to me about anything, but I can sense it. Even as a little kid, when I make a mistake and I tell them, they won't judge me. They wouldn't judge me. And they would help me find a solution.
Wow.
So I think the best way is not to just tell your kids, oh, I'm here for you. You can tell them, but you actually have to show them that when they come to you, you can help them out. You are willing to listen and you won't judge them. Because the moment that they come to you and then you like, then the next time they're going to be scared. But at the same time, exactly. But at the same time, you can teach them.
Right.
Like, okay, if they made a mistake and, have them learn from it. And I think that's when they will be more open and they wouldn't be scared to come to you.
Okay, we've had lots of guests who grew up in different countries, right? Philip the Face in Sweden, Lisa, the Master Chef in Colorado, USA, Fasai in Canada, Kirin in UK, Mariam went to school in Australia, พี่ฮิวโก้ก็เด็กอังกฤษอยู่แล้ว UK, and he also worked for a number of years in the US, and Pinoy Pru was living his life as an aspiring actor in New York. So talking to them, we knew a lot of We knew a lot about different places and cultures. So now I want to ask you and talk to you about the same thing. You've lived in the US for about 10 years. And I want to know, what are the Californians like? Do they share some character traits which set them apart from people in other places in the US?
So Californians are like this. And we talk like that. Like we're Kim Kardashian. And like we're Paris Hilton. I'm just kidding. But yeah,
but that's a Californian thing, right? The accent, the Valley girl.
Valley girl accent. Very sorority girl, Valley girl, Paris Hilton like accent. And we say like a lot. It's a bad habit I'd like to get rid of. And I'm trying to watch myself and restricting myself from using the word like so much. But Californians, yeah, we do have a distinctive trait or traits, many traits actually. We're known for being very laid back.
Okay.
Because Californians, especially Southern Californians, you have to understand that in California, Northern California and Southern California are almost two completely different vibes.
Yeah.
The vibe of Southern California are very like what you would see in the media as, dude, what's up? But not to that extreme.
I see.
That's because we have a lot of, California in general, we have a lot of beaches and we have a lot of surfers.
Right.
And
there's
everything,
a surfer dudes.
Yeah. So everything is very slow and laid back because we like to enjoy ourselves.
Chill.
In the sun and sand versus people in New York where they're very fast-paced. Everything is all about going fast, like everyone for themselves, just like walking and going on the subway and, everything is very fast-paced. Yeah, so the characteristic of Californians are very laid back and chill and somewhat materialistic, I would say.
What about the Northern Californians?
Northern Californians are very... they're more laid back. I mean, not
even
like,
more laid back?
No, not more laid, but I feel like they're more like if the stereotypical type of Northern Californians would be hippies.
Oh, okay.
Like peace loving and
Okay, vegan.
Vegan,
probably, yeah.
You get a lot of organic products up there.
Right.
And a lot of farmers market. Although we do get a lot of farmers market in Southern California too. But that's like the general stereotype for Northern California. And they say hella a lot. So
okay.
If you go to America and if someone say hella, it's hella hot today. Or I'm hella hungry. That means they're from Northern California.
I see.
Yeah.
Is there any tell for the Southern California besides dude?
Dude. Southern California, I think we say, I don't know. I was reading that somewhere and I didn't realize that it was like Southern California thing because we say it so much. I forgot what it was, but I'm going to have to look it up.
Okay. So can you tell us what the most significant differences is between the American kids and the Thai kids? Teenagers, probably.
Yeah. American kids are more independent. That's for sure. You see 16-year-olds making decisions for themselves, not relying on their parents so much.
So financially independent as well.
Yes, because they can get a job at the age of 16, a part-time job. And, they work hard for what they want. Versus in Thailand, I mean, we're a very nurturing society. And our parents like to nurture us. They like to take care of us. And they like to baby us a little. Which is not wrong, but it's different. And in America, teenagers, I feel like they have more sense of social responsibility. What that means is that they are aware of their surroundings, of other people, of helping out or volunteering and, helping others. They have more of that sense versus, I don't want to say that Thai teenagers are more into themselves and care more about themselves, but it's very competitive going to school in Thailand. If you notice, in Thailand, in the school system, there's a ranking in every classroom. แต่ที่ 1 ที่ 2 ที่ 3 ที่ 4 In America, there's no such thing.
หรือว่าห้องคิงห้องบวยต่างๆ
Yeah.
ซึ่งไม่รู้ปั่นเลยยังมีอยู่ไหมนะแต่ว่า
Yeah.
that exists.
So that's why it's a sense of competition.
I see.
That's why Thai kids feel like they have to be the best. They can't share information with other people. Versus Americans, where they have study groups and they help each other, and there's no sense of that competition with school going on. If you get the highest grades, then you're the valedictorian, and that's it. Or the second highest score is the salutatorian, and you don't have to compete with everybody else in your classroom. You help each other, and I think that's kind of different too.
Okay, what career do you think you might be good at outside the entertainment business, based on your personality or your hidden talents that we don't know about?
I would be an investigator.
What? like นักสืบเหรอ
Yes.
Really?
Or like a detective.
Wow. That's very interesting. What made you think
Because
that?
I feel like I have a skill of เผือก
Well, based on that, all the Thai people could be great investigators, I'm sure.
Because when I watch movies, I feel like I can always figure out the ending.
Wow.
And I like to not a lot of people know this about me, but I like to watch a lot of crime scenes investigation documentaries. So, like the pattern of murderers and like serial killers and I like those shows, and I learned a thing from that. Not that I'm gonna go murder anyone, but I feel like I would make a good investigator because when as I watch it, I'm like, okay, like that's the steps. Like you learn to spot the clues along the way.
Okay, this question. Back in college, tell us about some of the most memorable teachers.
Ooh.
You've asked this to Nat.
I was going to say, was it Peanut?
Yeah, the Harvard guy.
I have so many.
Yeah?
I was a political science major. Oh, I double majored in political science and international studies. And a lot of my professors were super fun and interesting professors. For example, there was a professor who shall remain nameless. He was an ex-CIA.
Really?
His class was on gangs.
Wow.
And it was such an interesting
like
class.
Like gangster stuff?
Yeah.
Wow.
Gangs around the world. Transnational. The class was called Transnational Gangs.
Whoa.
And see what I mean
Such
about
a cool class.
I want to be an investigator. I should have done something in the crime field or something. But his class was so interesting, and so at my school, when a professor still works or they're professionals who just come to our university to teach, the classes are usually once a week, and it's 3 hours long, and it's usually at night. So for his class,
so after work.
Yeah. So his class is usually from 7 to 10. But his class is always packed. No one ever skips his class.
No wonder.
Because it's always so interesting. We learned so much. And he used to have fun tales to tell. One time, prior to class, he hid cocaine under the seats.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, I think this was Professor Carter, who was a judge. And
okay, not the CIA guy.
Yeah, it was also like a night class.
Okay.
A lot of law classes are night classes because they're real judges and real lawyers.
Okay,
teach
so
class.
now we're talking about different professors now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
this is
between these two, I'm not sure which one it was.
Okay. But let's get back to the cocaine under the seat thing.
Yeah.
That's very interesting and such an intriguing approach.
One time he hid cocaine under one of a few seats.
Wow.
And this is a big lecture hall.
Wow.
Okay. So he had trained German shepherds going up and down the aisles and to show us what they would do when they find the cocaine.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so when they saw it, they just the cocaine, it's
so
under the
signaling.
seats. Yeah, and it was really cool. And the class
was it under your seat?
No.
Oh.
Dang it! I was kind
Wouldn't
of
that
sad.
be cool?
I know it would have been really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was another really memorable professor.
Wow.
Yeah. I had so many great professors at UCI.
You were so lucky because when we were talking about, studying law, usually we would have a picture of old boring professor yapping for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And that would not be interesting at all. But this is like the opposite.
Yeah. And he is actually really old too. He's one of our sorority sisters' dad.
Wow.
And he is a judge in California. And but he's so cool and he has a way of teaching that gets through the student.
So apparently age has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
You can be old and cool.
And cool and fun.
Right. Yeah. I wish we had a lot more of those.
Yeah.
In the world, not just in Thailand.
All my professors are really fun.
Wow. Okay. Another question from the jar. What's your take on superstitions?
I am kind of superstition.
Really?
Like when I was in this is really funny. You're gonna get a kick out of this one. Before, like when I was in America, I could have cared less. I never really pay attention to anything about the color and blah blah blah. But I like to do duang. I mean, regardless, no matter where I am, I don't fully believe it, but I like to. I think it's fun.
Oh, okay.
I'm just curious. But when I first moved back and auditioned for AF, my family is Chinese. My mom's side of the family is very Chinese. And they sort of do like believe in this type of thing. And apparently I was born on Saturday. And apparently people who are born on a Saturday, Si Chong is green. So green is apparently bad for you, right? So when I was told that and I was about to audition for AF, I was totally like believing it. So I never, and to this day, I still don't really have anything green.
Yeah.
And my aunt was like, okay, so if you're in the house and if the stylist gives you a green outfit, you like tie a bow on your bra or something like to get click. And I told her I'm totally into that.
Okay. มันเหมือนแบบว่ารถคันนี้สีแดง
Yes.
Yeah.
And I kind of believe that because like even to this day, like when I have something really important, like an important meeting or I'm meeting someone important, I wouldn't wear green. You wouldn't catch me wearing green. I would wear it like red. Like you could probably count in like the 10 years, I probably wore green like 5 times or something, maybe 3.
So I guess it helps you like mentally and psychologically.
Yeah, no, you know why?
Why?
You know why I was such a believer? Because when I was competing in AF, normally the color for my fans is red because I like red. And that was like the representing color for my fans. My fan club.
Okay.
And one day, someone decided that they decided they were gonna make a big like LED Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Big LED lights like signs that says bow. And they told my fans told my cousin to go make it, and he decided to make it in it's a huge sign. And it was in green. So that week at the concert, like they were like flashing it in green. The first time they used it was the day I was voted out. Not voted out, but I was out of the house.
Really? Wow.
Yes, and that's why I was like, it's the green sign. It's the green sign.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's why it's like embedded in my brain. No green.
Okay, let's go back to your time in the U.S. a little bit. Tell us about Irvine or Orange County. When your friends from Thailand came over to visit, where did you take them or tell them to go see or do? You just asked this to Lisa, Master Chef, about Colorado.
Well, not a lot of my friends visited from Thailand, sadly. But when my family go and visit me in Orange County, oh my God, of course, I take them to Disneyland.
Oh, yes.
It's
a big attraction.
Yes, I love Disneyland, and I think I live and breathe Disneyland, and I probably would live there if I could. I used to have a season pass, and I used to go there every single day in the summer with my friends.
To do what? Like
hang out? And hang out, or I took summer school because I was double majoring and I wanted to graduate in 4 years. So I took one class in the summer just for fun. Well, not for fun, but like just to be on track. And I was doing orientation. I was a staffer for orientation for the new freshmen. So I was like, okay, so like I don't want to waste my time in the summer, so I'll just take a class. And so in the summer, my friends and I, we all have season passes. And we used to go there every day, whether to just go and watch the fireworks or go have Red Bull soup and watch Fantasmic show or, just things like, or watch the parade.
So what's going on the daily basis for Disneyland? Because I have never been to Disneyland before.
Oh my God, who are you? You need to go.
Okay, tell me.
So Disneyland is like, the moment you walk onto Disneyland, the moment you step foot into Disneyland, you forget about everything else in the world, like everything else in your life. And you feel like you're in this
like the whole
wonderland.
New world.
Exactly. You feel like you're in this wonderland where everything can come true. And I don't know, I feel like every time I'm there, I'm just smiling all the time. So the moment I get there, we would try to catch all the rides and then go get the fast passes.
Oh, okay.
For, the popular rides. And then...
how hard was it to get a fast pass?
It's easy if you go early. If you go from 4 o'clock, you will not get anything because especially on that day.
Do you have to actually be there to get them, or you can get it online? Or?
No, you have to go. Okay. You have to put in your stub. Yeah.
Because I went to Fuji-Q Highland once in Japan, and my Japanese friends help us get the fast pass by going online. So obviously you have to be Japanese or speak Japanese because it's all in Japanese.
Yeah.
So you can't get the fast passes.
Nice.
Yeah.
But no, this one is like first come, first serve.
Right. I have never been there, but one thing I've heard a lot about Disneyland is the spirit of the staff.
Yes. And no, they're not called staff. No.
So what do they call themselves?
They're called cast members.
Oh, I see.
See, I could do a whole podcast on Disneyland. I could close my eyes and walk around Disneyland if I could.
So cast member, everyone working there, assume some sort of roles for themselves, right?
And they are always ready to come out to work with a smile on their faces. And they're ready to entertain you and to help you to make your experience at Disneyland a great one. Because for some people, that's their first time at Disneyland,
Yeah.
So the cast members' job is to make sure that your first time there is a great experience.
Actually, I've read a very interesting article some time ago about how they cast a Disney princess at Disneyland. The article says something along the line of you are not auditioning for a certain role, but you're auditioning to be a princess, period. And then they are going to assign you to be a certain princess.
Yep.
Like you cannot just, okay, I want to be Ariel. You cannot do that.
And many princesses have to do double job duties. You have to be, if you're a princess, you don't only get to do princesses. You sometimes have to be a character, meaning you have to wear a mascot.
Oh, okay.
So you have to go through that training before you can become a princess. And you have double duties unless you're a very rare item like Sleeping Beauty and it's you're the only person who could do this or something like that. Then you're just for that. You're good for that. But normally when you go through training before you can become a princess, you have to go through character training, which is wearing the costume and everything because there's a height requirement.
Right.
Too. And then they pick you. Not sometimes beautiful girls will not make it to the audition. They'll look for who resembles the princess the most. Yeah, whichever princesses.
Okay.
Yeah,
all
see,
right.
I could do a podcast about Disneyland. I just love it. And besides Disneyland, in Orange County, I would probably take my friends and family to the beach. We have a lot of beaches and they're very nice beaches. Orange County are known for having nice beaches and nice scenery. And South Coast Plaza Mall, because that's one of the biggest and great big brand mall, I guess, around Orange County. I love Disneyland. Can we just do a podcast on Disneyland?
Well, maybe.
I could talk about Disneyland all day. Oh, and the food there is amazing.
Really?
Yes, turkey legs and churros.
It's not just like a theme park food that tastes like nothing.
No. The funnel cake there is really good. And the churros. if you go to Disneyland, you gotta get a churros because they're so
what's the churros?
Churros. I think
Churros.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
wow.
so
I love
good.
churros.
Oh my god. Yes, and the turkey leg is pretty good too.
All right, this is a good one. When Pipon JDTV was here, you asked her about her Farang husband, remember?
Yeah.
You said, and I quote, "Now we need to talk about your significant other. Tell us a little bit about him, aka นินทาสามีนั่นเอง So you mentioned your husband all the time on the show. Let's talk about him a little bit. First of all, how did you guys meet?
We met at a wedding, at our
Yeah?
friend's wedding, at a mutual friend wedding, and yeah, and he said that I was like the girl of his dream.
Really?
Yeah, and he really wanted to meet me, and he said
So was he yours too? Like the guy of your dream?
Well,
On the
no,
first
no,
meet?
like on the first time we met, he meant like I literally was the girl of his dream, like seeing me in the media and stuff before.
Oh, I see.
So when he saw me at the wedding, he like really wanted to meet me, because
But you have never met him.
yeah, prior
before
to
that,
that,
prior to that.
exactly.
Okay.
He saw me at Crystal Park one time, and he said he มองเหลียวแบบเหลียวหลัง คอแทบหักเลย or something like that.
Okay.
And he said that he watched AF and he saw the way I am. He said แบบผู้หญิงคนนี้แบบทัศนคติดีจังเลย
Did he vote for you?
I doubt it. I doubt he would vote on anything like that, but
Okay.
he admired me from the show.
And he was telling you about this when?
Like later.
How long after you guys went out?
Like a few months, I think. But
I
in
see.
the beginning, he was really shy and he asked for a picture. But then he asked our friend tried to set us up, and I didn't like that idea because I hate being set up. So I told her like, don't do that. But she lured me with food because we were at a wedding. And she said, oh my God, there are like really yummy food over there. Come with me. I'm like, okay, yeah, food, go, let's go. And then on the way there, we saw him. But he told me later that he had no idea that she was doing that because he said he wouldn't have let her because it was very ungentleman-like.
Okay.
And right when I saw him, I turned to her and said, don't do this to me again. I hate being set up like this. Don't trick me into meeting a guy. I said, I'm a girl. He should walk up to me, not me walking up to him. But anyways, he asked for a picture and that was done. And then, yeah,
How long after that he gave you a call?
He didn't, because I didn't give him my number.
Oh, I see.
But my friend called me, like probably like a day after. And she was like, yeah, he really likes you. Like, let's set up a dinner. And I was like, man, no. Because I didn't want to be set up. And I said, well, ถ้าเกิดเขาจะมาจีบ if he was, planning to like hit on me or something like that, then no, I wouldn't go to dinner. But she's like, well, what could you lose from this? Like, you could gain a friend. I was like, yeah, but I don't want to go on a dinner with him. She's like, well, what about like a whole group? I'm like, yeah, if it's like a bunch of people, that's fine, I guess.
So it's a friend thing.
Yeah.
Instead of, okay.
Yeah. So I was like, don't put the pressure of like, dating on me. I was like, if he wants to be a friend, then be a friend. But then after that, we sort of clicked. The first time we met and we talked and we shared a lot of things in common. And so,
What were you guys talking about?
I don't remember it anymore, actually. Like the first time he was nervous. I think I wasn't that nervous. A little, because I didn't know what to expect. But I think we were just talking about, I think he was a political science major.
Oh, okay.
So we talked about school and about like outlook in life and stuff like that. And then we were like, we share a lot of the same ideas.
Interests and
Yeah.
So you guys were going out for how long, how many months, how many years before it became exclusive?
3 months?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay,
Around
so-
3 months.
At that point, did you see the future with him already?
Yes.
Yeah.
I tell everybody this. Right before I was gonna, call him my boyfriend, I told my mom, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of scared to call this one my boyfriend. She's
Why?
like, why? I'm like, because I have a feeling that if I call him my boyfriend, I'm gonna marry him. I was like, I have a feeling it's gonna be for like in a long term thing. And my mom's like,
And that scared you a little bit.
a little, because I didn't know what to expect, and I'm kind of scared. I didn't want to be vulnerable,
Yeah.
Call it a hunch, I guess.
Right.
An instinct that if I call him my boyfriend, I would ended up being married to him. And I was like, am I ready for a marriage? Because he wasn't even asking me for a hand in marriage, but I was thinking ahead.
But were you ready
What?
for marriage at that point?
I guess. I mean, the timing was right, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, so how did it happen? Like how he proposed and how
He
you guys...
didn't.
What?
I still won't let him live like down to that. To the
So
day.
there's no down one knee moment.
Well, technically, he brought some พวงมาลัย to my house and like ไปกราบเท้าพ่อแม่ and
okay.
asked
That's
them
nice.
for my hands in marriage.
Before
So I guess
talking to you? Or it was kind of like...
yeah, before talking to me. But I mean,
Wow.
we sort of discussed the whole time we were together. We have discussed our lives together, our future plans together, and like marriage came up once or twice. So he knew that I was okay. Before that, because his parents asked me if I was ready.
Oh,
for it.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because his parents had a serious talk with me. Like, are you ready? I think the timing is right. It's perfect. And I'm like, yeah, I think I am. I mean, they asked me with him in the room, of course.
Oh, okay.
So after that, he went to my parents. Yeah.
So what kind of marriage do you guys ending up having?
A fun one.
A fun one. That's a good kind. Always a good kind.
Yes.
Yeah, so explain.
I think being married make a lot of things a lot easier. We don't have to try as hard. And I feel like with him, I could be myself completely 100%. And that's huge. To be myself, and he feels the same way. And he's very understanding, and I feel like it's a fun marriage because we are like friends.
Right. I was going to say that it's like you're marrying your best friends too.
Yeah. And we enjoy ourselves. We joke around with each other. We like to be silly with each other. And I think that's the fun part in marriage. And you don't have to get all the time, like we can play around and joke around with each other and just be silly.
Now we need to talk about our show.
Woo!
Okay, how do you enjoy hosting the show so far?
Oh, I'm enjoying it so much.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm having a blast, and I think it's such a unique show, and I'm so glad I get to be a part of it. And getting to see the celebrities on a different side. I think that's the charm of this show, and that what makes us unique. And I love hearing different inputs and different perspectives from our guests, and I love it.
Cool. All right. So let me ask you this. Of all our guests, who were you most excited to talk to?
I was really excited to talk to พี่น้อย and พี่ Cindy and ฟ้าใส and Lisa.
Fasai, the coach, or Fasai,
the pageant.
The pageant. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Because I remember for Fasai or P. Cindy, it was you who requested them.
Yeah.
Like to me, like, oh, let's get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Lisa too.
Right. Yeah. Lisa MasterChef.
พี่น้อย I feel like he's almost untouchable. Like I've only seen him on TV, and he doesn't do a lot of press
Right.
stuff.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I was really excited to talk to him and seeing him on a different side and speaking to him in English. As for P. Cindy, she's like my idol.
Yeah, you were totally fangirling.
Yes, I was. I was super excited to talk to her because I've watched her since I was younger. And Fasai is just, I love pageants. I love Nangam. And I was just really excited to talk to her.
Yeah, and what made you request her in the first place? Like, what do you see in her? What interests you about her?
I feel like she's a great candidate for Miss Earth, of course, and for Miss Universe Thailand also. There are a lot of great girls this year for Miss Universe Thailand, and the competition was tough. And I saw her English was great, and I yeah, I just want to talk to her. And it's almost the same with Lisa. I saw her on MasterChef and she just looks very funny and personable and I just would love to talk to her.
Of all our guests, who made you nervous the most?
Like Hugo.
I knew
for
it.
sure.
Yeah.
He has this vibe about him.
Right.
Like when he walks up, everyone has to look at him and like, oh my God, he has arrived.
Everyone went silent.
Yeah.
And like all focus is on him.
Yeah, I think he just do that to people. He doesn't know.
The
so,
vibe.
Yeah. So he has that influence on people. And I was a bit nervous when I was talking to him.
Right. Of all our guests, who made you laugh the most?
Oh my God, I can't pick one. Well, Lisa and Philip, for sure.
Right.
They made me laugh. But I think the episode that I laughed the most had to be hands down P. Kieran and P. Miriam episode. I was dying laughing, like tearing up. Even as I listened to it again, I was just tearing up, laughing alone in my car because it was so funny and genuine. It was just hilarious.
No, we had no idea. I personally had no idea that who would be that funny.
Yeah, me too. I didn't know that side of him for sure.
Right. And him together with Mariam
Yeah.
was like even crazier. In a good way, of course.
Of course.
Right? Of all our guests, who surprised you the most?
Ton and P. Kieran.
Ton and Asit.
Yeah,
Why?
because I know him. I mean, I'm friends with him. And a lot of things like we talked on this show, I had no idea. I didn't know he was a great skier.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of surprising facts about him that I didn't know. Because, I mean, coming into the interview, I was like, oh, I know him pretty well,
Right.
you know, but he still managed to surprise me. And P. Kieran, just like, you know, we said before, never thought he would be this silly in a good way. Like,
Yeah.
this funny or this sarcastic. Thought he would be quiet, you know, very proper, British. Nope, throw all of that out of the window. Nope. But it was fun.
แล้วเราก็ไม่เคยมองเขาเหมือนเดิมอีกเลย
I know. It was a great surprise.
Yeah. So what are some shocking facts you've learned about our guests?
A lot. Pipon is
Pipon
not
JDTV.
Yes, is not only funny, but she has an interesting outlook on many things.
Right.
In life, she's a lot more serious than her YouTube channel leads us to believe. P-Cat drives a motorcycle.
แคทริยาอังกฤษของเรานั้น
And I know her pretty well too. And that was a surprise, a shocking fact to me too.
Okay.
Philip is funny. Like, I didn't think he would be this funny. I thought he would be this serious
Yes,
model.
Yeah.
But he was actually really funny. And that another shocking fact about him is that he likes to quote scholars. He quotes so many people. And I was like, who are you? Like, how? Like, do you have all of this memorized? That's pretty impressive. But
Well, I kind of had a feeling that for like Philip or Lisa,
Yeah.
because we have watched them on the reality shows before, right? But on the show, they were talking in Thai.
Yeah.
And for them, talking in Thai didn't bring out their personality in a
Yes.
certain way. So, well, we have never seen them this way before.
Yeah.
Like when Philip is talking and is speaking English, he's like a whole new, different person.
yeah.
And it's so funny.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
And then the other person is Fasai, that she majored in kinesiology.
Yeah.
That was really surprising to me
That's so
too.
cool. What was your most eye-opening episode?
Coach Fasai.
The other Fasai.
Yeah. I think his story is very inspiring.
Yeah.
What he did for his business and everything is pretty amazing for him to do it all by himself at such a young age, starting such a
Right.
young age. And
Right.
yeah, I find his story very interesting.
Yeah. And he's not that old at all.
Yeah.
But he's done so many things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that was great.
What are some of your most favorite quotes from our guests?
Oh, I had so many. I had a tough time choosing.
Okay.
But the two that stuck out to me are from the first one's from พี่นัท ศักดาธร
The very first episode.
Yes. Follow your passion, not your calculation.
When I got into Harvard, there was this what is it called, like guidebook at orientation they gave us, and I remember one sentence that was written in there. It says, "Follow your passion, not your calculation." That's the sentence that like really struck me. Yeah.
The second one's from P. Miriam, and she said, "You have to live your life, and the most important thing is time doesn't stop. The more time you spend grieving and moping, the less time you have to be happy."
You just have to live your life, really.
Yeah.
You can't. And the most important thing is time don't stop. The more time you spend grieving, moping, is the less time you have to be happy.
Exactly.
So,
the more the time is lost.
yeah. And if you allow yourself to be sad for a little bit and then move on. I don't mean forget them.
Right.
Just trying to find a space for them in your heart that you could remember with good memories rather than the losing part. You know, that's always a good part about it.
Which is so true, and it's true with everything. I mean, not only in, when we talk about death and loss, but it's true with even simple things in life, even your grades, instead of just moping and grieving, you could spend that time trying to better yourself. If it's about grades, then you could spend that time studying harder, So I love that.
All right, last question. What have you discovered about yourself from doing this show, this podcast?
Yes. I've discovered that I can actually do this. It was kind of surprising to me.
Yeah? Not that surprising, though, I'm sure.
Like I said before, I didn't think that I would be able to pull it. Well, of course, I accepted the job. I knew I had to be able to do it, but I didn't know how it was going to turn out. And I always try my best, but I didn't think that I could do a one-on-one interview with people and for it to turn out this way. And I did, and I'm pretty excited about it.
We are so proud of you.
Thank you.
All right, ครับแล้วก็ปิดท้ายสำหรับ special episode สำหรับ We Need To Talk podcast. So basically, we would want you guys who are listening right now to let us know what you like or dislike about the show, because we are all about improving the show.
Yes.
For you. So anything we can do better, please let us know. And people can do that by sending in emails.
Yes.
Okay, just mail podcast@thestandard.co. Okay, or if you're following Bo on her social media, IG ก็มีแน่นอน
Yep.
ใช่ไหมครับ do you tweet? Do you
Yes.
have Twitter?
Yes,
Okay,
I do.
Twitter and Facebook, of course.
Yeah.
So just talk to her directly. Yeah, and let her know. Or you can suggest the guest too.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. So anything you want to talk to our audience?
Yeah. So thank you so much for being us for the whole first season, and we really do appreciate your support. And we know that podcast isn't a big thing in Thailand, but it's a lot more people are discovering it and loving it, including our show included. And I just want to say thank you for your support and for listening to us. And hopefully you'll stay tuned for season 2, because there are more fun and interesting guests coming up for season 2.
Yay! So, well, I guess I have to say thank you so much for coming on the show, Bo.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's going to go back to being your show and you hosting it next episode. Of course, I'm just here temporarily. And, I have a great fun talking to you.
Me
and
too.
I hope the audience would be happy as well, because the reason we are doing this, like we said before, is that people want to hear you speak more so I'm sure they got that
Yeah.
on this episode. Okay, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye ถ้ารู้ว่าเพื่อนคนไหนรักภาษาอังกฤษชอบฟังภาษาอังกฤษและเรื่องราวชีวิตที่น่าสนใจของเซเลบหลากหลายโบฝากแชร์เอพิโซดนี้ให้เขาฟังด้วยนะคะ
Binge listen to all of our shows and episodes at thestandard.co/podcast. The Standard Podcast เปิดหูเปิดตาเปิดใจเปิดโลก